So you guys did a great job counting by tens to 100 and comparing your numbers with greater than, less than, and equal to. So yesterday you talked about making groups of 10 to make it easier to represent numbers. Today we're going to use our base 10 blocks, which you've seen before when we represented our teen numbers. So remember, we have our 1 unit cube, so this equals 1, and then we have our rod, or our 10 one, because there's 10 that are of our ones put together. So we have our ones and our 10. Now remember, this is a 10 because it has 10 of our ones all together. So if I gave you this, you would have 10. So we're going to practice a couple numbers using our 10s and 1s. So let's get started. So if I want to represent the number 23, so my number is 23. I need to think about how many 10s and how many 1s. So remember, our number here in the front tells us how many 10s, and then our number here tells us how many 1s. So if I have 23, how many 10s do I need? Right, I need 2 10s because 2 10s equals 20. So my 2 10s, my 2 base 10 blocks. And how many 1s do I need? Right, I have a 3 in my 1s, so I need 3 1s. So my 2 for my 10s and my 3 1s makes 23 because we have 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. All right, let's get ready for another one. Now I want us to represent the number 45 using our 10s and our 1s. So remember, the first number here tells us our 10s. So our 45, 4 tells us how many 10s, and then our 5 would be our what place? Good. Tell us how many 1s, because we're working with 10s and 1s. So now we're ready to draw our base 10 blocks. So how many 10s? How many 10s do I need? Right, I need 4 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my 4, my 45, my 4 10s. And how many 1s? Right, I need 5. Now we can double check to make sure this equals 45. So this is equal to 10. So we're counting by our 10s first. 10, 20, 30, 40. Now we count on 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So do we have our 45? Excellent. Let's do another one. Hey, our next number is 62. So again, we're going to do our 10s and our 1s. So 62. So this one, our 6s are what? Is that our 10s or our 1s? Right, that's our 10s place. So it tells us how many 10s we need. So if this is our 10s, then what is this one called? What place is that? Right, that is our 1s. So we have our 10s place and our 1s place for 62. Now we're ready to draw our base 10 blocks. So for 62, how many 10s do I need to draw? Excellent, we have 6 in our 10s place. So we need to draw 6 10s blocks. So there's my 6 10s blocks. Now, how many little 1s do I need to add? Because we don't have 62 yet. How many 1s do we need to add? Great, we need to add 2 more. 1 and 2. And notice they're just our 1s, so we didn't have to draw a whole group. Now we're going to count to check. Remember, when we're counting our 10s first, we count by 10 because there's 10 in each one. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Now we're adding ones now, so 61, 62. So we have our 62 to represent with using our tens and ones. Let's do one more. Now hopefully I don't trick you. I want us to do 50. So before we get started, we need to remember what's our tens place and our ones place. So what do we call where our 5 is? Is that our tens or our ones? That's our tens. And then over here is our what? Ones. Good. The one all the way to the end is our ones. Now we're ready to draw. So how many tens do we need to draw? And I need to draw 5 tens. Now let's look at our ones. Do we need to draw any ones to make 50? No, why not? Why don't I need to add any ones? Right, because there's a 0 in the ones place. So let's make sure we have our number 50 here. Remember, we have 10, so we're counting by tens first. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we have our 5 10 blocks to make our 50. Awesome work. Now for your work at home, what we're going to expect you to do is I have my numbers, 34, 57, 21, 42, 63, and 80. And we're going to represent using our tens blocks. So I want to do one example with you so you know what to do for the rest of the problems on your own. So we need to make 34. So remember, we have our tens place, and what is this then? Right, our ones place. Now we're ready to draw. So we have our tens and our ones. How many tens do I need for 34? Right, I need 3 tens. So I'm going to nicely draw my 3 tens. And then how many ones do I need? Awesome, there's a 4 in the ones place, so I need 4 ones. And now I can double check to make sure this equals 34. So first we count by tens. We have 10, 20, 30. Now count on 31, 32, 33, 34. So to represent 34 with 10 blocks, we have 3 tens and 4 ones. So your job will be to finish the rest of these numbers on your own and draw your base 10 blocks. Can't wait to see your work.